10 acres, Washington State, next to the Columbia River. I'm excited to bring this one to the market. This is going to be listed here with Wilco Land. My name is Miles McLaughlin, walking you through a 10-acre property in Klickitat County. So this is just on the border of Washington and Oregon, probably about 75 to 90 miles to the northeast of Portland, Oregon, and south of Seattle, quite a bit further. So what we're looking at is not necessarily the property in full here. This is from the property right here. This is as well. It's nice. It's cool. It's an interesting area, isn't it? I'm excited to see what people think. Like, this is some interesting terrain. It looks relatively steep. It's located between the equator and the North Pole. Pretty neat stuff, right? Sell this on Airbnb as a getaway spot for those who love to go fishing. There's some farming out here in this part of the county. It's a pretty rural area, and for the most part. But I want to jump. I mean, you can browse through these on our website. We've got videos and stuff. Our guy Josh Lee does a great job taking photos, documenting properties, and looking at access. If you are in real estate and need somebody to go scope a property out that you're looking at buying and you can't get out there, I definitely recommend going to him, and I can share contact info for anybody who's interested. So giving you a bird's eye view, again, right along the state border. What's awesome about this is that the main roads, I mean, this is where population starts to grow off from these main roads. I love how it's close to Portland. It's a huge plus right there. And I'm going to zoom in to just show you a little bit more precise. Highway 14 there, the Columbia River, and even better, I mean, this doesn't tell me much. What I did is I used GPS coordinates. You're not going to see an address on this property. A lot of vacant land you're looking at, you're not going to have an address for. But what I want to show you is Google Earth. And I will get to more public access points in the river and show you that. I have this file available inside the listing. This file is going to download on your computer, and it's going to highlight the property. It's not a perfect science overlaying a GIS map or a plat map on top of Google Earth. From the looks of it, it looks pretty steep. Hey, what's a guy to do with 10 acres right here? I mean, you can't do much, right? I kind of thought that originally too. And knowing the soil, like, who knows what you can do with that soil? But an awesome positive sign is, hey, this guy is on a very similar property. And if not steeper terrain right there, of course, he's able to zig up there and get to his property from the main road. But when you look at a GIS map, this guy is on a steep hillside too. And he was able to work with that property. So that's an awesome sign. I mean, just looking at that, sure, it's not exact. I mean, it's not guaranteed, but seeing that really makes me more confident in the development of this property. You know, now working with the state or the county or the federal government to get a pull off here. I don't know what that all entails to get a driveway into your property. You know, maybe you stick a notepad on this guy's mailbox and ask him. And something I think our photographer parked right down here in this little inlet. I think we saw that photo with the car down there. I think that's where he was looking over top. That would be the most logical point. And something else, let me zoom out and let me get this out of my way. This tool is awesome. So not every property will have street views, but this does. You see how that pulled up on the road there? So when you're looking at vacant lands, hey, I'm in Portland. I don't have time to drive out there right now. Well, check it out. I mean, this is what you're looking at. I mean, this is where you're going to go out and drive out and see. I mean, compared to the photos, not much of a difference. And so this is a really neat tool. Before I go back and forth on that, without any clear direction or goal, what my goal is to look at where this guy's driveway is. What did that train look like on his driveway here? So somebody was able to maneuver a driveway on pretty darn steep terrain. So it's doable, and that's doable. I mean, somebody was able to develop that property. So that's what's cool. That's what's very promising about this. The next thing is the proximity to Portland. Oh, and here's that little inlet looking up at our property that way. So it's doable. I'm going to exit street views and I'm going to go back out. The next thing I'm going to do is show you some public access points. So you can see along the river, there's like a boat, like a launching ramp here, and you can go up and down. I'm not going to waste my time doing it. I mean, there's a road going along here basically the whole way. There's a train track down there. I won't do that for you. I won't bore you with it. I want to jump into more tools that you can use on your computer. And one of those is going to be Klickitat County GIS. So Google like Klickitat County zoning, Klickitat County GIS, parcel search, something like that. You're gonna search, you're gonna go to features, and all I did was plug in the APN, which it looks like that. It'll be inside the listing. And then I searched it. And so it shows up highlighted. I have different map layers on. So here's a base map. Okay, so this is different. Like they're all gonna be different, right? You can see elevation that's available. So 500 to 600. And you can see how that changes throughout there. This guy developed right in here too. So it's like 5, 6, 7. I mean, it's very similar terrain. And that's a great indicator. Let's zoom out a little bit more and let's get back to the original map. It is maybe that, maybe not. I don't know. I mean, you can go to add data. What I did was I added you can like add in zoning and stuff. This is extensive ag, I believe, and we'll show you that in a minute, but you can add a lot of different stuff. Just showing you a tool with the county database. You want to know who the neighboring property owner is, boom, info's there. You know, who owns this property, what's the land assessed at, assessed at $9,000, right? So that's just a county assessment. Typically real market values are much higher. Whoops, that was too fast. And let's see, like everybody that owns this along here is like, that's like DNR, BLM, USA Land, Department of like Army Corps of Engineers, all this stuff along the riverfront is gonna be like government property. There's not gonna be any private ownership basically along this river. As I click through, you'll see the name United States for all of it. So that's awesome. I mean, there's not a bunch of private ownership. You will have river access up and down this Columbia River. This is also USA Land too, which is kind of interesting. So zooming in a little bit, what's this? Again, this is like supposedly Highway 14. So if you were concerned about, hey, some guy owns this land right here and I can't access mine, it's landlocked. Well, this is again like part of US Gov. This is a comment from the assessor. So I don't believe this is private ownership. It shouldn't be the same ownership as right here. Highway 14, not in database. So like, somebody owns this section here where this road is, and it's most likely federally or state owned. And so you'd put your road in somewhere along here, right? So you have a lot of different options. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of showing you what I'm looking at on a map. Last thing I wanted to show you was public access points. Let me get to that quick. And this is an awesome resource. It will be inside the listing. And I have an issue with deciphering the colors. But this is a Columbia River. So there's a lot of Native American lands around here. And some of it is for tribal use only. And you can kind of read what the key said. I mean, I've got to sit here close to my computer, but I can't decipher these two colors, to be honest. So I don't know if the site across from our property is Pasture Point. So like our property is basically right about here. And Pasture Point is across the street. I can show you quick. This is Pasture Point, and this is our property. So if that gives you an indication of where you're at. Like you can see treaty fishing access, shared use of treaty fishing and public access. There is a website I had open that I don't right now, but I will add it into the listing when I add this to the website, the Wilco Land website. And you can look at all these different amenities at these, campsites, boat launches, fishing holes. And yeah, like I said, I don't know. I can't tell what color that is, to be honest with you. So you'll have to look at that. I will post the website I found this from. And I thought that was pretty interesting too. Just having that home base or hub for an affordable price. You can get 10 acres along the Columbia River. Not a bad deal. We'll have this this document linked inside our listing as well on the Wilco Land website. We'll have the zoning linked above it. You're just going to search, like Command F is a tool you can use on your computer, like agriculture, extensive. This is exactly what the zoning is. So, go to these pages to look at the purpose, what's permitted outright, all that good stuff. Call the county if you have questions. A lot of times they're flexible with people. They just want, obviously, development adds to the economy. So they're not trying to prohibit it. They're just trying to have it done the right way. Again, Miles at Wilco Land, new 10 acre, Washington State, Klickitat County. Check out our blog page for more information. Looking at well power water for that 10 acre. Great questions. That neighbor next to us obviously was able to develop one way or another. And then you could call local developers, local well companies, city planning and building. Like I said before, this is a new area to me, so I'm learning about it too. As I learn more, as I have more resources, I will share those with you. Miles McLaughlin, and in this video, give me a call if you have questions, 605-250-1256.